morning, everyone, and welcome back. Christmas may be over, and you may be in the post-holiday blues. Today, we get rid of them. We shake them off because it's the start of 7 straight days of awesome streams here on DSP Gaming. Today on the show, I'm going to get you all caught up on what went down during my time away, including food, fun, some unplanned videos and equipment tests, and more. Then we're going to talk about the future, the awesome week that we have ahead, a new DSP tries it to figure out, and a heck of a lot more fun, chill vibes. It's going to be a great start to the final week of 2025. All this and more on today's awesome year-ending edition of the Level 1 Podcast. Alrighty, everyone, welcome to the show and welcome back. First of all, before I even say anything, I just want to say I really hope that you and yours had a great Christmas, a happy holiday, whatever it is you celebrate. A few days there where I wasn't around, I hope that you really enjoyed them. And I hope you got everything that you wanted. And, you know, it's not just about physical things and belongings. It's about emotions and vibes and just being together with those you care most about. For me, that's literally what those few days were there, was spending time with my wife and Jasper Kitty and being able to relax and just enjoy the holiday without having pressure about work or anything like that. So I hope that all of you had that. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that so many people get wrapped up in the commercialism of it and saying, oh, did I get a physical gift from someone? It's not really about that. A lot of people don't seem to get it. But I cherish these days, as I get older, time with my family more than anything else. I would much rather have a whole day with my wife to just relax than get some kind of a physical, you know, gift as a present for Christmas. So certainly in that regard, I hope that you all got what you wanted, okay? So today is Saturday, the 27th of December, 2025. I'm, of course, DSP. Welcome back. I'm excited for a full and fun, awesome week here on the channel. And what I mean by that is this is a jam-packed loaded week, if you're not aware. 7 days of double streams. We're going to get caught up on all of the games and playthroughs that we're in the middle of, and some that we haven't even done in a couple of weeks because of the shortened holiday week that just happened. All right, we're going to get back into the swing of things, and also, I want to hit the ground running on 2026. I don't want a slow start. I want a full speed ahead, excited start for the year. And so I hope that you all will be here with me this week for that. I think it's going to be an exciting week here on the channel, continuing on with so much kind of content. And let's get it going, shall we? So I don't really want to start talking about the schedule and all of that. What I want to do is I just want to talk about what we just did during Christmas. All right? So let's get to that. But before we do, let's say hello to everyone who's around. On the YouTube side, how y'all doing this morning? We got William. We got Scotty Andro. Michael Lancaster. Hoop Joe. Chris, how are you? Brian, how are you? Amoose. Adam Azzaro. The Slurpee Sipper. Parasolo, and more. On the kick side, who do we got? Kisses on My Body. That's an interesting name. We've got Godly Santa. We've got Moonlight. or Moon One Night, excuse me, Lightbulb Head, 220s here, Midstance Dave, Dark Side Dabbing, Zamorak Side Phil, that's an interesting name, and more over there. Good morning. Jade is here. How you doing, Jade? How you doing, man? Very nice. Okay, so let's talk. Let's go step by step through what just happened in the last few days, so everyone gets all caught up and you're well aware of what's going on in case you missed anything. Because, you know, I get it. Everyone's busy during the holidays. You likely were too busy to even watch a single video on this channel because, you know, you were doing stuff with your family and friends, right? I get it. So let's get you caught up, see if you're interested in anything that went down, shall we? So let's start with Christmas Eve. Back on Wednesday, okay? On Christmas Eve, I only did one stream. It was a half-day stream, and the purpose was just to kind of hang out. I didn't really care about putting out any particular kind of content or whatever, but I had a couple things in mind. I wanted to chill and talk about the holiday, and I wanted to do a test of my new equipment now that I actually have a actual high-end gaming keyboard that's rated very highly, an actual gaming mouse that's rated very highly, and surround sound in my headphones, all right? So we played Call of Duty Black Ops 7 for about 2 hours on Christmas Eve, and we basically played a lot of the holiday-themed maps. They had turned Hijacked, the stage where you're just on the yacht, into Slayjacked, where you're still on the yacht, but you're in the sky being pulled by Santa's giant reindeer, and there's all these festive decorations and everything around it. I played that for about an hour, and then for the final hour, I basically did the randomized playlist. And here's what I found. It didn't matter if I was using the LMG, an assault rifle, running around with the knife, or whatever. I had dramatically improved results. It wasn't just like a slight improvement. No, it was dramatically improved. I'm not kidding you. If you go back and look, I believe besides one match that I joined, I think in progress, every single match I had a positive kill-death ratio. Which is what it used to be like when I played Call of Duty. Last few years, I've always had a positive kill-death ratio most of the time. And it was only this one, Black Ops 7, that all of a sudden, I just couldn't kill anything. Everyone would somehow insta-kill me, but I would fill them with bullets. They'd still survive with a tiny bit of health left. It didn't seem to make sense. So, basically, it seems like with the new mouse and keyboard on PC, I have more precise and accurate aim, and it's allowing me to get the kill. In fact, there was a bunch of times when I think I actually was accurately able to get headshots when previously it was too hard for me to really aim. And, I mean, to be honest, it's because I got better stuff, you know? Previously, did I have good equipment? I mean, I did. The stuff that I was using was Logitech, wireless keyboard and mouse, which is fine. But the stuff I bought now is like pro level. Like pros use the Asus ROG Azoth keyboard. You know, people use this Razer V3 mouse for actual tournament play. And immediately I'm seeing results. So, not to say that I'm looking to be good at Call of Duty. I'm not. But man, I was disappointed that this year I just couldn't get anything going. It didn't make sense that for some bizarre reason, I couldn't kill anyone in the game, despite the fact that I would get the drop on them 9 times out of 10, and they would still just turn and insta-kill me. So, I hate to say it, but sadly, the game is kind of busted. It seems like everyone's playing on gamepad, because when you play this game on gamepad, you get aim assist, and the aim assist is what everyone is using to get kills, rather than actually aiming. They're just, you know, relying on the crutch. Well, I'm not using the crutch. I'm actually trying to use skill, and now I have the equipment to actually get it done. So, it seemed like those that were here enjoyed themselves. It wasn't a huge crowd because it was Christmas Eve, but the views on the videos are pretty decent, and I'm curious to ask everyone if now I'm actually going to be able to do better because I actually have the equipment to do so without cheating, per se. Would you be interested in seeing Call of Duty Black Ops 7 in the rotation a bit? Now, I'm not saying we're going to be playing it several times a week, maybe once a week, maybe twice tops, maybe like a late night stream here or there, so I have some competitive multiplayer. Because right now I have nothing. Right now it's all single player games and Arc Raiders, which isn't really competitive multiplayer per se. An extraction shooter is very different than a head-to-head competition. So, I honestly would like your feedback on that over the next several days, because I'm not going to do it right away, but potentially we could bring Call of Duty back into the mix for a stream or two if people would show up and engage and support with that content, knowing that I'm not just going to suck at it nonstop. The reason we stopped playing it was because people just didn't care. They outright were telling me, man, you're not enjoying yourself because you're getting dominated. the game doesn't seem to be going your way, and we're not enjoying it either. So stop. So I did, and that was a few weeks ago, you know? Okay, so that was Christmas Eve, and then when I basically signed off and adjourned saying, you know, happy holidays to everyone, I went downstairs to spend time with my wife, and the first thing we did is we ordered food, and we had a dilemma. The dilemma is this. Up to this year, basically every single year we would order Chinese food on Christmas Eve. It was kind of a tradition. Why? Well, number one, Asian restaurants are open for Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, because they don't celebrate Christmas, typically in Asia. And because we just had this tradition based on the movie A Christmas Story of ordering Chinese food on or around Christmas. So the problem was the Chinese place that we had used previously, which we really, really liked, we had it a few months ago, and it was terrible. We think that it has new ownership now, or maybe the person who was the cook retired, because the food was awful. And we're like, well, we're not going to go there anymore. What do we want to do? So my wife just couldn't decide. And then finally, we're like, let's just do something completely random rather than sit here all night. And so we started actually looking through like the order history. And I said, let's do something we've already done. And she says, well, what about that place that you tried? And you said you absolutely loved it, but I didn't get it that time. And the place we actually ordered from, of all places, was Shake and Go, which is the local place that does burgers, wraps, sandwiches, shakes, fries, and sides and stuff like that. But they're a local place. They are not some kind of a giant national chain. I ended up getting a nice big Texas burger with a side of onion rings. My wife got a veggie burger with a side of sweet potato fries, and it was absolutely amazing. Like, the food was great. She was blown away because she's only had a veggie burger a couple times, and she was curious, would it be good? And she loved it. She absolutely loved this veggie burger. So that was our Christmas Eve food. And then that night, we sat down and relaxed and watched a few Christmas movies. First, we watched Jingle All the Way, which is a great movie because, man, is that a throwback to the 1990s way of life and everything. You watch that movie, you can see, oh, this is how it was in the 90s. And, of course, it's very ridiculous, over-the-top humor with Arnold Schwarzenegger and really bad, like, green screen effects. I think there was still a blue screen back then. It's just ludicrous, but it's funny. It's a funny movie to watch to see how ridiculous it is. And then we watched A Christmas Story. Again, my dad's favorite Christmas movie. I love it, watching it every year. We watched it together, and it was a great time, and that was our Christmas Eve. So then, on Christmas Day, we had a lot planned, okay? Multiple meals that we were cooking together, but other things that we wanted to do because I had the day off, essentially, didn't have to work. And so we decided to get started early in the morning, and we started cooking our breakfast, okay? So our breakfast is nothing crazy special. It's just that you have to understand we don't usually cook breakfast. Typically, for me, my breakfast is a microwave, egg whites and turkey sausage sandwich with black coffee. But for Christmas, we wanted to do something better. So we actually cooked like a bigger meal. My wife cooked a big thing of scrambled eggs. I think she made a whole dozen scrambled eggs, and she added milk and she added seasonings and stuff. We also had some turkey sausage with it, sausage links, and some waffles. Now, no, we didn't make homemade waffles. It would have been too messy and too much to clean. So I ended up getting instant waffles, okay? So first of all, I like to show you what it looked like, but then I want to tell you about our little bit of disappointment, okay? Although, all right, maybe not huge disappointment. Well, let me show you what I'm talking about, okay? Ready? So this was our Christmas morning breakfast. As you can see, on holiday-themed plates, the scrambled eggs on the right with turkey sausage links, and on the left are instant waffles. They don't exactly look like the most appealing instant waffles, do they? Yeah. So what's funny is when I grew up, when I was a kid, Lego waffles were like the biggest thing. Or excuse me, Eggo waffles. Lego my Eggo was the catchphrase, right? And I remember, they're rounder waffles, and you put them in the toaster, and they had different flavors and stuff. So we wanted something different. I got cinnamon and brown sugar thick cut waffles. Like, these are like double thick compared to regular waffles. I put them in the toaster. That's how they came out. You see how they're deformed? So I'd like to know, what exactly did I do that was wrong? that I mean, the waffles were toasted on the outside and crispy. They were soft on the inside, like you would expect. But look how they deformed in the toaster. Is this just how they make them now? Are they so poor quality, made of low quality ingredients, they don't even retain their shape in the toaster? They just like disintegrate and deform? I don't know. I literally haven't had Eggo waffles in probably 15 years, maybe 20. So I don't know what they're like anymore. But this is the first time having them in a long time, and they just completely went in the toaster and went flat. So anyway, it tasted good. Like the actual flavor of these like cinnamon and brown sugar waffles or whatever it was, they actually tasted great. And the fried eggs were great. And the sausage links were sausage links. They weren't spectacular, but they weren't bad. They were already, pre-cooked. You just toss them in, you warm them up. So this was our Christmas breakfast. And I made a deal with my wife, all right? Because she said, my concern is it's Christmas Day. We have all this stuff we need to do. I don't want to be just like doing all work all day. It's Christmas Day. And I said, all right, so here's what we'll do. We're going to do all this together, but I'll do all the cleaning. If you got to cook, like if you got to cook the scrambled eggs, you cook the scrambled eggs. I'll wash all the dishes and do all the cleaning after the fact. Okay, so that's the deal that we made with each other. So I cleaned, the frying pan. Or actually, it was a big, like a more of a stir-fry wok that she made the eggs in. And I cleaned all the utensils and everything after the meal. Luckily, I didn't have to clean plates because, as you can see, we had holiday paper plates themed for the day. So there you go. So, after that, guess what we did? Well, we relaxed a little bit, and I played with Jasper Kitty. We had some of his favorite toys. Like, for example, he has this toy that he loves. It almost looks like a fishing pole, but it's a little, plastic pole with a string, and on the end of the string, there's streamers and feathers. He absolutely loves this toy. It's one of his favorites. So, for a while, I played with that with him, and he got all tired out, which was funny. And basically, then, we needed to do some house cleaning. Okay, and you might say, what the hell are you talking about? House cleaning on Christmas? Well, yeah, like my wife usually would do it all by herself. Okay, and there's an opportunity now I'm home, and I can help her with the house cleaning, so she's not doing it by herself. And I'm of the impression, and a lot of people might disagree with this, when you're doing something with someone you love, it's just a lot more fun and meaningful than doing it by yourself, even if it's something you don't like. So, for example, house cleaning is typically something that you wouldn't enjoy. But if you do it with someone that you love, it at least feels like something better. Same thing, grocery shopping, shit like that. Doing it by yourself is boring. It feels like a tedious task. But if you share the responsibility, you do it with someone you care about, it feels different. So we ended up doing a bunch of house cleaning for like another hour and a half. It wasn't that much, but at the same time, it was at least, we wanted to get it done so that way we could have the rest of our day to ourselves. So we did house cleaning for like an hour and a half. Cleaned floors, all kinds of stuff. And then when that was done, my wife was like, well, now I want to take a shower and I want to get ready for the rest of our Christmas day. And I said, okay, do that. And I said, but I got nothing to do when you're, doing that, getting ready for the day. What I'm going to do is I'm going to head into the office, and I have some new equipment that I got that I haven't had a single chance to really mess with or test yet. And I'd like to do that. And she's like, all right, fine. As long, you're not doing it when we're together, go for it. You're not doing anything else. You're waiting for me. So that's what I did. Okay. By the way, shout out to Mozzie, who was our first contribution post-Christmas. A $2 super chat. Never leave for so long again. Joking. Lol. Welcome back. Well, thank you to Mozzie for our very first contribution since Christmas. I appreciate that very much. I hope that you had a great Christmas. I can't wait to hear about all of your Christmases. I'm sure you're all going to tell me on today's show. Thank you so much, Mozzie. It's good to have you back. And let's see here. All right. I received a $20 tip. This is our first post-Christmas tip. Let's get this up on the leaderboard. Hold on. Last chance to see Christmas-themed animations. I'll be playing them through the end of December. And then either December 31st or January 1st, we're going to swap over to more generic animations that aren't Christmas-themed. But I figure it's the last hurrah, right, for contributions. Let's get some more Christmas themes, some holiday vibes in before the week ends, okay? Cool. So I got a $20 tip. Okay, and the tipper says the following. Hope you had a wonderful break, Phil. I'm wishing you and your family a great new year. Please keep Frankie in the party today. All right, today we are playing Pokemon Legends ZA DLC. We're continuing on with that. And for a $20 contribution, you can either name a Pokemon and have them be in the party or specifically request that an already named Pokemon be in the party. And in this case, Frankie has been a staple of our party for like 3 weeks to a month. So Frankie stays in the party today. Sounds good. Thank you so very much. And happy holidays to you. All right. Very nice. Okay. So let's continue on. So while my wife was getting ready for the rest of Christmas, I came into this room and I made a special video. Now, a lot of you already didn't understand the purpose of the video. Because if you didn't see it yet, it's the Christmas surprise, I called it. It was only a 5-minute video. And it was filmed right here. And it was me saying, hey, everyone, guess what? I'm actually now going to show you a first-person perspective of my studio for the first time. You've never seen it from this perspective before. And I showed, sitting right here, what my whole setup looked like. Both directions. I even spun around, and I showed the whole setup behind me and everything. And then I said, all right, so that was a tech test. I want to hear your feedback. And some of the people who watched the video totally 100% understood it. They knew exactly what it was. And others apparently were so befuddled, they had no idea what they were watching, and they just scratched their heads in utter confusion. Okay? Because some people were like, well, I don't get it because you already showed a tour of your setup last week. You had a big segment of a level 1 podcast where you showed us a series of photos and you showed the new studio. So are you just showing everything a second time? Like, I don't get it. No, it was a tech test. Do you understand the concept of a tech test? A tech test is you do something arbitrary, but you do it with new technology to give it a comparison of the difference between what it used to be and what it is now, because you're using the new technology. So, for example, what were the things that were new in that video? Number one, did you not even notice the perspective of the video? Did you notice that it wasn't this webcam? And it wasn't this webcam because it wasn't a webcam. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to present you to a new piece of equipment that I have here, made by the same company that makes my key lights. Okay? This is a versatile filming stick. You can do multiple things with it. Allow me to show you. So, it pops right out, and what you can do is you can take any kind of mobile device. Personally, I just use my phone, and you mount it right into it, like so. And you can do it on the fly, although it helps if you secure it between your legs so that way it doesn't move all over the place when you do so. And just like that, you got yourself a selfie stick. Okay? It's incredibly maneuverable. You can aim it in tons of different directions. You can even extend it incredibly far away from you if you so choose. Look how high it is. It's like I could touch my ceiling with this thing. Okay? But it's so secure and easy to use and lightweight. So it's probably one of the best selfie sticks out there, at least in my opinion, from what I've seen, for its maneuverability. In addition, it comes with a built-in Bluetooth remote that syncs with your device, so you can start and stop recording without ever having to touch the device. Okay? In addition to that, it's not just a selfie stick. It's also a fold-out tripod. So what you can do is you can set this up somewhere. Like, let's say, for example, you're going to film at a location, or you're going to go do, a food review at a restaurant, and you want a scene of you just sitting there, like at a certain angle or perspective, trying the food, or posing, or doing an intro. Maybe you're outside the restaurant and you're doing an intro right in front of the front doors. So you can use this tripod to set up, and the thing gets so tall, just to show you, watch this. It's on the floor right now, and look how tall it is. It's above me. So it actually goes to about, I think it's 5 feet or something crazy like that when you fully extend it. It's pretty darn awesome, okay? So this thing is incredibly versatile with what it can do. And as you can see, it's very easily collapsible. It's very easily foldable, very easily usable, and very maneuverable. It's a great device. And by the way, it was like 30 bucks. Okay? So, number one, it was a tech test of that. Would this thing work, right? When hooked up with my phone, what would it look like? What would it sound like? Now, wait a minute. That's right, because you might say, if you're going to film when you're out and about, and you're going to do stuff like that, how would you capture the audio? Because obviously there's a speaker somewhere in your phone, but it's probably like down here at the bottom. If your phone is out here as you're doing selfie filming, how is it going to catch your voice? That's a perfectly valid thing to ask, because in general, most people who do stuff out and about do not use the phone microphone. It just wouldn't pick you up, or if it did, there'd be insane amounts of environmental noise and it just wouldn't sound good. And so, what most people do is they use some kind of a microphone. Enter the Rode Micro wireless microphones. This is a set of microphones, not just one, that not wirelessly, but they charge via USB in this charger case. There they are. They're actually magnetic, so they snap into place in the case to charge. And all you do, it's just a little wireless microphone that you just take off as if you have like a pin or whatever, and you can attach it to whatever it is that you're currently wearing, like so. And now you have a portable microphone that's attached to you, and this thing comes with great software that actually uses noise isolation technology to cut out environmental noise. And it sounds as if you're talking directly into a studio mic, just like this. So, for example, if you didn't see it yet, go check out the video I made on Christmas and listen to my voice. It sounds beautiful. It's like crisp, clear, and doesn't have any environmental noise at all, despite the fact that I had 2 fans going on in the room. And that's because the microphone is actually built for on-the-go vlogging and talking while you're filming with a phone like this. It actually works because it has a USB-C adapter, and all you do is you plug it into the bottom of your phone like so. This activates the device and allows it to sync with your phone. And actually, it works with not 1, but 2 at once. So 2 different people can be talking and having their voice recorded into the same video at the same time. It also works at a great distance for them to understand. You can be like at the other side of the house and these things still work. So that's pretty darn cool, right? So at this point, all right, I think obviously you're kind of getting the idea here, is that I want to make some different kinds of content in 2026. I just don't want to be only confined to this office. If I have ideas of something that I want to do, I want to go out and about, maybe I want to do some reviews, maybe I want to walk through certain places and document it. I used to go places, man. I used to have a little handy cam thing that I would walk around with and record. I haven't had that in a million years, but now I have much better technology. Okay? So the tech test, I would argue, was very successful. If you take a look at the visuals, if you listen to the audio, it all looked and sounded good. However, it's not perfect yet. Okay? Allow me to explain. So I used that tech test opportunity to test at various different qualities. What you may not be aware is that I didn't film that video once. I filmed it 3 times. I tried it with 3 different qualities because my phone does 3 different qualities. It does 720p, 1080p, and 4K. The 720p looked fine and actually recorded the smoothest, but it's 720p and no one really watches 720p video anymore. So the video that you saw was actually 1080p quality, which the phone considers middle quality, full HD. And I recorded it at the 60 frame per second quality. Okay? But you may notice if you actually watch that video from Christmas, it's not 60 frames. Not fully anyway. There are times when it's 60 frames, but there are times when it's all the way down to 30 frames. Sadly, this phone, which is outdated, it's about 2.5 to 3 years old at this point, okay, doesn't really do smooth video. Okay, I tried it. Even at 4K resolution, what ends up happening is whenever I move a bit, it pixelates and blurs a bit, and it never truly does 60 frames. So this is basically outdated, but that's because it's about a 3-year-old phone. All right. Truth is, next year I'm due for an upgrade. I've almost paid off this phone. And so when I fully pay it off, likely I'm going to go see what the new offerings are that they have. And I'm probably going to get the latest and greatest model, which probably will have better video quality and the like. But for now, I would say for now, with this particular phone model, it's pretty good. Like the test video that I did that you saw was 1080p, supposedly 60 frames, but really wasn't. But man, for the audio quality that I got from the Rode mics and the visual that I got just on a first attempt, I thought that was damn good. At least most people who knew and understood what the tech test was loved it. Others are sat there scratching their heads. Why did he make this video? Why is he showing his tech again? You know, it's like, you know, these are the people who knock 2 rocks together to start a fire to make dinner every day. So you can't really make everyone understand what you're going for. I didn't want to be that obvious. I just wanted people to see the video as like a surprise. Like, whoa, he's filming from a different perspective. Whoa, it sounds interesting. This is cool. You know? So, there you go. Pretty cool, right? And I had a great time testing this equipment. I was only in here for like maybe 30 minutes doing that. And then I went about my day. So, obviously, the start of something new next year. What will it be? When will it be implemented? I don't know. And to be frank with you, asking me a ton isn't going to help because since I don't know, and as you know, if I were to do anything with this, I would not tell you ahead of time anyway. I would want it always to be a surprise so no one can mess with it. I think you understand what I mean by that. So we shall see. We shall see what happens and how things go moving forward. But I'm excited to be able to maybe make a new kind of content for you. Okay? I hope that makes sense. So, good stuff there, folks. That was what I did early on at Christmas, but now let me continue to tell you about the rest of my day. But before we do that, it looks like perhaps another contribution has come in. I got a 222 tip. I love the background music. Can you shake your lips violently? No. How would you violently shake your lips? I don't even understand what that means. I really don't even understand the question. Like, how would you do that? I don't know. Anyway, thanks for a 222 tip, and happy holidays to you. Okay. I'm smacking my lips, by the way. I hope you guys like it. Yes, it's the new pet peeve of the detractors that they just mentioned constantly that I smack my lips, even though I don't. So every time that I see it, I laugh at it, I accentuate it, and I ban them as soon as I see it in chat, because I think it's funny that they're morons. And again, they hyperfixate. They can't help it. They have to hyperfixate on something to act like it's the new big complaint and problem with my content. So now it's lip smacking is the problem with my content. I want you to think about this. They've run out of anything to say of any significance or importance. The new thing that's wrong with DSP's content is lip smacking. I want you to think about that. Okay. So, what's up, everyone? Some more people have joined. Who do we got here today? We've got Abdullah. Who do we got? Chambers, Hybrid, Skyo, how you doing? Magnificent Bastard, that's a cool name. The Waller, how you doing? Steven, what's up? Many more people. Copium has joined. Who do we got on kicks? We got Ortega, how are you? Arbitrary Supporter is here. The Brez, he says go ahead and smack it up. Oh, I will smack it up. Timmy Truck. Who else? Hype gone quick? Oh, he thinks the hype's gone. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, right. And more. Garce is here. What's up, Garce? How you doing? Snake Sauce Reloaded. What's up? Okay, let's continue on. So, further on, after my wife got ready, we had some relaxation. Like I said, we were spending some time with Jasper Kitty and just kind of enjoying the day. We listened to some Christmas music. We actually were watching a few videos. Some of the videos we watched were very interesting. some videos of people who like, they try to recreate the way of living of how it was with like early colonial times here in the United States. So they try to show you this is how people lived. This is the tools they used. This is how they cooked food and some of the recipes that they would eat back then. It's fascinating stuff. We just stumbled upon a couple of channels like that on YouTube and started watching the content on Christmas Day, and it was pretty entertaining and chill. And then next thing you know, before you knew, it was dinner time, okay? So for dinner this year, we did a big spiral ham, and the spiral ham has to cook for about 2.5 hours in the oven. It's already cooked, but you're trying to warm the whole thing through. You're trying to get the meat to essentially be so well done, it's falling right off the bone. And so to do that, you have to undo the ham, like unpackage it from all of its wrappings, plastic and everything. You put it into a baking pan, okay, face down. The cut side has to be down in the pan. And then you have to fill the pan with about a 1/2 inch of water. And the reason you do that is if you don't do that and you cook it, the ham will begin to dry out. But if you put the water there, the water technically steams and boils, and the ham is cooking and steaming at the same time, and it becomes insanely juicy, okay? So you cover it in aluminum foil, and you just toss it in your oven for 2 hours. And then after that, you take it out later to glaze. But in the meantime, my wife and I relaxed for a couple of hours and had some good time with Jasper Kitty. Like I said, I played with him a lot. We actually gave him some new toys for the day, and he had a great Christmas because Jasper rarely gets a day where he's with both of us all day long. Even on my days off, typically we're going out grocery shopping or doing other things. This day, we were with him all day, and he just loved the fact that his parents were with him all day long. We gave him multiple kinds of treats, these little bonker, crunchy treat things. And then later on in the day, we gave him wet food. He absolutely loved it, getting all the pets and attention and snuggles that he wanted all day long. So for him, it was like the best Christmas day ever, too. Okay, I would say, half an hour before the ham was going to be ready, my wife made the homemade mashed potatoes. So golden potatoes that she, skinned. Well, partially skinned. She didn't fully skin them. She cut the eyes off because we like having some of the skin in the mashed potatoes. It's actually tasty. We tossed those into in the water, boiled them up, and then she mashed them, and she added, I don't even know what she put in them because I wasn't actually really paying attention, to be honest. But she made them great. They were fluffy. They were tasty. They had seasoning in them. No cheese, though. Just mashed potatoes, whipped with some seasoning in them. And they tasted absolutely amazing. I think there was some garlic salt because I think I tasted some garlic salt in there. So about 20 minutes, 25 minutes before the ham's done, we took it out, we uncovered it, and we took a glaze, a brown sugar glaze, and we basically painted the entire outer side of that ham with the glaze, and we put it back in the oven at a higher temperature for about 25 minutes. That allowed that glaze to solidify and cook into the skin of the ham, which was extra tasty, by the way. And then we did our other things like some sweet corn, some little Hawaiian rolls, and cranberry sauce, which we had 2 ways. We had jellied and we had the whole berry cranberry sauce. So we got all that ready, and then it was time. I took it out. I got this giant meat fork I stab it with. I took my giant sharpened butcher's knife, which I had pre-sharpened to get ready for this, and I just started chopping and chopping and chopping. So this was a 9.5 pound ham. I probably took 5+ pounds of meat off this thing, and there was still meat on it, but I had this giant ceramic thing full of ham slices. And I was like, dude, we don't need any more ham. Like, if we cut any more off of this thing, we're never going to eat it. This is crazy amounts of ham that came off of this thing. And so we had our dinner, which I'd like to show you, if you don't mind. Hold on one second. So this is what our delicious Christmas dinner was. Ready? As you can see, succulent, juicy slices of the spiral ham with the absolutely amazing glaze that was on the outer edges of it that baked into it. It tasted, I'm not kidding you, this was the best ham I've had in my life. I wish I was exaggerating. I'm not. It's so good. That ham was amazingly tasty. Okay? And then we had the homemade mashed potatoes, the Hawaiian roll, some sweet corn, and there was the mishmash of the whole berry and the jellied cranberry sauce. Again, actually, yeah, it's the holiday plates. I was going to say, it's the holiday plates that we used again, so that way we didn't have to wash any plates or nothing, and we had already bought them specifically for the day's meals. It was amazing. And we have no lie. We probably have 3-4 pounds left, and we're eating it today as leftovers for dinner. And then we still have enough for maybe another, like a sandwich or whatever. But thing is, it goes bad after a few days. So we're going to eat as much as we can today for dinner with the leftover mashed potatoes. We actually got some green beans to have with it this time. But man, it was an amazing Christmas dinner. It tasted so effing good, man. It was absolutely delicious. Yes. Okay. So that was Christmas dinner. And then I washed all the dishes because my wife had done, so much cleaning and cooking already. I said, I'm going to take care of the dishes. So I went ahead and cleaned them all. And of course, as I was slicing the ham, I spilled ham juice all over the top of our oven. So I had to scrub our oven with oven cleaner and everything because I made such a huge mess. But we cleaned all that up. And then we prepared for a nice relaxing evening, which was basically just sitting around and, again, watching some stuff on YouTube, spending time with Jasper Kitty. We had already had a long day. It had been homemade breakfast and cleaning, housework, me testing the new technology, making a big dinner, spending time together. It was a long Christmas day, but we loved it. Like, to have all that time together. By the end of the day, when we were going to sleep, we were like, that was a really awesome Christmas. Like, that, we're going to remember this one because we did so much and everything kind of went right. Like, the food all went right. Spending time with Jasper was super fun. We got the housework done that we wanted to get done. Like, everything went, exactly according to plan. Okay, so that was our Christmas day. Let's see here. I received another 420 tip. Someone else who wants me to move my lips violently. I'm just going to ignore them and say, thanks for a 420 tip. I really appreciate your contribution and support here this morning. Thank you. Okay. All right. So then it was Friday, yesterday. Now, our plans were as follows. To have a very busy Christmas day at home, but then to go out and do stuff on Friday. All right, we didn't want to just be home for 2 straight days. We wanted to actually go out and maybe have some fun together. So, on Friday, we got up and we actually ordered breakfast in. We ordered some IHOP, which we don't do all the time, but we said, hey, we just made breakfast yesterday. We don't want to have a microwave sandwich. Let's order breakfast. So we actually ordered IHOP. They had a deal going where basically if you ordered one breakfast, you got one free. But we actually caught on to something, okay? The reason you see those promotions, so for example, if you see any promotion on any of these delivery services, it'll be like, oh, buy one, get one free, or buy one, get one half off. What you're going to notice is that on that particular order, the fees that the service charges are more exorbitant. So in this case, normally if we were to order something that was around 40, let's say 40 bucks for an order, you probably get around $5 of fees. Well, this one was buy one, get one free. So buy one breakfast, get one free. The fees were $13. You might say, why were the fees so high? Because the service still wants to make its profits. Even though you're getting a whole breakfast for free, all they're doing to give you for free is what you would have paid to the restaurant. The service still wants their money. So technically it's not buy one, get one free. It's like buy one, get one for like 75% off. And then we're going to take 25% and pocket it for our service. So just to forewarn anyone who does any deliveries, you're going to catch on to that after a while. We've started to notice it recently. Okay. So, we ended up getting a buy one, get one free breakfast. I got, what did I get? Blueberry pancakes with some egg whites and turkey bacon. And my wife, I believe, got like a ham and cheddar omelet with also some blueberry pancakes. So that's what we had for breakfast. And then we went out for the day. Now, when I say we went out for the day, we had to do grocery shopping for a whopping giant 7+ days. Usually our weeks are shorter than that, but this is a longer week because of the holiday week and me coming back at a weird day for me. So it was a big shopping list. We had to, prepare for a whole bunch of meals this week. And then we went to the grocery store and we spent a long time there. Here's the thing. What we noticed was there weren't a lot of people out and about unless you were in the really heavy shopping centers, which we'll talk about later because that's where we went later in the day. Like the grocery store itself was pretty empty, but they only had one employee checking people out. So unless you had like only 10 items and you could do self-checkout, you had to sit there and wait in line to check out for like a half an hour. So, wow, there's almost no one here in the store. Great time to shop, except they didn't have any employees come in today. Isn't that nice? So anyway, we went ahead and did our grocery shopping, which took a while. And when we got home, we unloaded everything. We're like, well, I could do food prep now, because usually what I do is when I come home from grocery shopping, any vegetables or things that we need for the week, I would food prep then. If I got onions, I dice them right there. If I got a tomato I need to slice or chop up, I do it there. I wash all the vegetables. I do it all when we arrive home, so that way we don't have to do it later in the week. But I was like, nah, we're gonna go out and have fun today. You know, we don't want to do that now, so we put it all to the side to do when we got back home. One thing I forgot to mention, okay, I started working out regularly again this week, and what I mean by that is, as you know, we've talked about it a lot over the last several months. I've been working out. I started lifting weights again for the first time in like 20 years. And I lost a ton of weight doing it. I built muscle doing it, and I feel great. But this month, I kind of definitely relaxed on it. There was a lot going on. Number one, I hurt my neck earlier in the month. Number two, with all the holidays and everything going on, there was a lot of, stress and pressure. It's like, dude, if I'm doing a marathon, I'm not going to be working out that day, etc. So I decided that Christmas night, right before I went to sleep, I was going to start my workout regimen again. So it's like, all right, that was a great idea, right? Let me work out my legs and do squats. Let me do my press above my head for my shoulders. Let me do my lower back exercises, do some push-ups. So it's now the day after Christmas, and I'm sore as shit. I'm like, oh, that was not well thought out, because we have a day out today of grocery shopping and then going out together, and my body is so effing sore everywhere. I'm just like, everywhere I move, it's like, But that's obviously my fault. I could have timed it better than deciding to do it the night before we were going to have a whole day out. Okay? So then it was like we already went grocery shopping. Now we're going to go out and we're going to go do some, like for us shopping, meaning it's after Christmas. Let's go out and see if we want to buy some stuff for ourselves, whether it's clothes or makeup or whatever it may be. Let's see what's going on out there. Okay? All right. So we're going to talk about that in a second. I got another 222 tip. It seems like you're scamming viewers by not reading tips. No, I don't waste time on stupid nonsense anymore. You notice that? I don't care about troll messages and dumb stuff. So by all means, keep sending me tips and I'll keep skipping your dumb messages every single time. Thanks for 222. Oh, and also, 220 has done 500 kicks, which is actually our first kicks of the week. So let's go ahead. Here we go. I enjoyed watching that movie on Monday night, by the way. And it's your last opportunity to see Christmas animations, everyone. Next few days, basically, I'll be playing them at least through the 31st. Maybe on December 31st or January 1st, I'll swap them out back to the more generic animations and sound effects. So now is your chance. If you want to see these holiday animations, let's get them in. Remember, all different animations for like anything like $1 up. Then there's $5, $10, $20, $30, $50, and $100, plus kicks and all that. All those are different animations. I believe we only saw one or two of them a couple of times over the course of the month. Okay, so thank you for the support, by the way. So, second half of yesterday, my wife and I said, we're going to go down to the shopping area where all the stores are and all that stuff, and we're going to look around for stuff, right? So, first off, we go to, Target. Okay, we go inside a Target, and Target's packed. There's a ridiculous amount of people there. And we start looking around, we realize something. Everything's full price. Literally nothing in the store is on sale except Christmas items. So Christmas apparel, Christmas candy, that stuff's all on sale. The entire rest of the store is regular price. And we're like, wait a minute. I think we know what's going on. Here's what they all do. Everything goes on sale right before Christmas. But once Christmas hits, what is it that everyone gets on Christmas as a present? Gift cards, right? So what these stores immediately do is the day after Christmas, they end all of their sales and everything goes back to full normal retail price. So if you go to the store with a gift card, you're paying probably double what the thing cost the day before Christmas. So think about that. That $100 gift card, if you went the day before Christmas, you could have gotten twice the amount of products than the day after Christmas because they jacked the prices back up because Christmas is over. And of course, they're thinking, hey, who cares? We already got your money. We don't care about what kind of product or satisfaction you got because someone already paid for that gift card, so who gives a shit? So we're looking around, we're like, oh man, that sucks. You know, normally this thing would be cheaper than this, but the sale's over. So we walked around Target, and honestly, we were in there for like maybe 20, 30 minutes, and we're like, this sucks. There's like nothing on sale. I guess we'll just leave. We ended up going to a clothing store. And this store's a store that I bought a lot of stuff at before. And I said, hey, it's post-Christmas now. I bet they're going to have some good stuff, right? And they did. In this case, we go into the clothing store, 40% off. Wow, 40% off the stuff that I was buying pre-Christmas for like 25% off. This is actually a really good sale. So, oh man, this is excellent. I'm going to get some new sweaters, right? I want to get some new sweaters to wear on stream and stuff. This one looks really good. Okay, let me find my size. Small, 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 medium, XXL, XXXL. Shit. Okay, let me look at this. Oh, I actually like this sweater right here. Small, 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 XXL. Yep. So the post-Christmas blues set in. Basically, any store you go to the day after Christmas, all the common sizes, large, extra large, are sold out. They don't have anything. In fact, I'm not even kidding you. They didn't have anything in my size. Nothing. And I was thinking in my head, so I used to be an extra large, and now I'm a large because I lost weight working out. I did the wrong thing. I should have gone the other way. I should have been eating, stuffing my face with burgers and chicken and drinking sodas and shakes so I could be XXL. Then I could have taken advantage of the big Christmas, post-Christmas sales. But outside of that, I screwed myself by losing weight. I can't fit into what they have on sale. So, yeah, it kind of sucked. I went in there, like, they had nice stuff. Like, I like that sweater. I really like that shirt. Like, last time when I bought clothes like a month ago, I got a nice corduroy shirt, and I wore it on stream. I was like, dude, this looks good, and it's very comfortable. Like, I want another corduroy shirt. Not a single corduroy shirt in the store was my size. And I'm like, oh, my God. So, that's it. Starting today, I'm just going to start power eating. We're going to order some greasy fast food today for dinner. Some sloppy burgers and, you know, some KFC. I'm going to start power loading so I can get back to that store next week and buy all the XXLs. Yeah, right. So anyway, yeah, so in truth, here's the truth. We went out. The only thing we did, we went to a pet store and we bought some things for Jasper Kitty. We ended up buying absolutely nothing for ourselves. And we were out for several hours. We couldn't find anything. Either the prices were exorbitant. Like, why am I going to pay full price for something that you know is going to go on sale again in like a week or two? Or we couldn't find anything in our size. Oh, I'm going to give you a perfect example because I couldn't believe this. All right. Currently, we have a single cup coffee maker. And it's okay, but it kind of is messy. It tends to splatter all over the place when we use it because it's the lowest end one you can get. So we said, maybe we want to upgrade. Maybe we want to get like a better coffee maker. So they had the better one at the store. It's like the deluxe edition, has the big reservoir, actually looks way better built. It even has a coffee pot. If you want to make more than one cup of coffee, you could do that. Maybe we do that in the morning, right? And it says it's $260. And I'm looking at it like, well, that's the normal price. I said, I wonder what this actually costs. I go on Amazon. They're selling it for $140. Buy it right now on Amazon. And I'm like, why are we going to buy this here? Like, this is completely ripoff. Just because they're buying it in the day after Christmas, they jacked the price up. So we didn't, again, we literally didn't buy anything. We were like, screw it. We were out all day and we bought nothing. But on the way home for dinner, we stopped at our favorite sushi restaurant and we got an order of spicy chicken teriyaki, with 2 orders of sushi. One was a double spicy tuna, and the other was shrimp tempura with crab and salmon on top, and also some mango with some spicy mayo. Absolutely delicious, good stuff. Loved that dinner. Miso soup as well. We came with miso soup. That was really good. So, absolutely amazing stuff. And we came home happy with our tummies full. And basically, we just kind of relaxed. What I did is when we got home, I ended up having to do all of the...
Store wouldn't take your stolen credit card?
No, Tim. The problem wasn't the store wouldn't take my stolen credit card. It's that they didn't have anything in my size and the prices were too high. I'm trying to explain this to the audience, but you interrupted me. Thanks for the contribution. I'll shout that out in a second. So, in regards to our day, I came home and I still had to do all the veggie prep. So I ended up having to clean a bunch of vegetables, chop a bunch of vegetables for our meals for the week and everything. And then we relaxed for the rest of the night. We basically watched some more stuff. Like I said, some more of those videos that we had been watching and stuff like that. And that was basically our Christmas break. So a lot of time together, my wife and I, which was great. We don't usually get to spend that much time together, which was very nice. And it was a lot of work to do the cooking. It was a lot of work to do the cleaning. And it was a lot of physical work because I was working out. And then I was out on about all day. When I got home yesterday, my whole effing body, top of my head was sore. But it was worth it. It was a good Christmas. It was a good couple of days and a half off. And I feel refreshed now, even though as physically exhausting as some of that was. I'm ready. I'm ready to come back strong and do a full week of content with all of you guys and hang out with you and get us into the new year, which is coming this week. I'm excited for it. All right. So I hope that you guys enjoyed my little Christmas story there of what we were up to. And I hope that you enjoyed seeing the food. And I look forward to hearing what all of you did also for your Christmases. Okay. Let's do some more shout outs. Let's see here. I got an anonymous dollar tip. Thank you for that. Oops. I misclicked. There we go. Okay. Shout out to the Waller, who became a member. Is this a new membership this morning? It looks like it is. The Waller, was this a new membership? It says the Waller became a member. It says, so glad I found your channel, make great shows. Thank you to the Waller. So thank you to the Waller for the membership this morning. Thank you for that. Let's see here. We've got Guitar Player 1939, who has been a member ongoing for 54 months. He says, hope you had a good Christmas. I did. I just told the story, Guitar Player. I hope that you and yours had a good Christmas as well. Thanks for being a supporter for so long. The Cheesy Bear did a $5 super chat and said, season's greetings, DSP. What was your favorite reaction to a gift you gave this holiday? Surprise. Excuse me. Sorry about that. I'm getting better at muting the mic, though. I actually gave a gift this holiday that the person that I gave it to was utterly shocked and never expected that I was going to give them that. And they were actually blown away and were incredibly happy that I had given them that. So there you go. Thanks for $5. And then Wayne did a $2 super chat and mentioned detractor stuff, which, as you know, I don't address. It's a no-no. So thanks for $2. Okay. Cool. All right. So that is what my Christmas was like. I hope that you enjoyed the story. And now what I would like to do is give you a preview of what you can expect coming up this week, because we've got a heck of a lot coming up this week, a 7-day streaming week, and there's going to be a lot of gameplay and fun, but there's a few things we need to work on. Okay, let me explain. So this week is a good balance. Today, it's going to be Pokemon Legends ZA DLC returning. We haven't played Pokemon Legends ZA in 2 weeks. I knew I wasn't going to be able to play it Christmas week, but now it's coming back. Chill vibes and fun. We already have someone who contributed to have Frankie remain in the party. For $20, you can name a Pokemon and request that they be in the party for the rest of the day. So, by all means, take advantage of that if you're interested. And I hope that you'll stick around. I don't know how long this DLC is. but we've been making pretty good progress. Like, we haven't had much issue advancing the plot or whatever. I'm not sure what we'll do today, if we'll just do plot advancement, side content, or both. I guess we'll see when we jump back in, because I don't remember where we were when we last played it. But there's definitely an audience for it. They show up every time. And I had a great time with this playthrough so far. Looking forward to more chill vibes. Honestly, what I am a little worried about is tonight's late stream. For those who don't know, tonight's late stream is routine. So this is a survival horror game where you're in space on the moon, and basically you're trying to figure out what happened to these people who were murdered. Okay? Was it robots? Was it some kind of a creature, a supernatural presence? There's some weird stuff going on that almost sounds like cult-like activity that got these people to come to the moon in the first place. And we just got to a point in the game where we were solving puzzles to open a series of doors, but now some kind of a creature is after us. Okay? And we don't know how to avoid it, and the door's all auto-locked, so there must be a secret way to get through that I'm not aware of, and then we ran out of time. So that means tonight when we resume routine, we're actually starting from there. And I don't know how it's going to go. I've been, separated from this game for 2 weeks. I doubt I'm going to remember the map that well.
Take your stolen credit card.
Thank you, Tim. We're going to have to see how it goes tonight. Like, I'm hoping for the best. I'm hoping that tonight's late stream, people will show up and it ends up being entertaining and I make progress, because we're near the end. From what I understand, routine's only like 6 hours long. And we're already like 5 hours in. Of course, you have to understand that me interacting with the audience has added length to the playthrough. So likely, this will be like a 7-8 hour playthrough for me. So let's see how it goes. But hopefully, tonight we can get back into the game and maybe even beat it. That'd be great. Tomorrow, we've got the continuation of Clear Obscure Expedition 33, which I'm very excited for. So far, jumping back into this game, Act 3 content, optional challenging content has been super fun. Likely what we'll try to do is maybe do another dungeon this time around, and other optional stuff. We tried fighting the flying dragon boss, but it's one of the hardest things in the game. So until we get more abilities and leveling up, we can't really fight that thing yet. And then we got Mega Bonk tomorrow night, which is awesome. Last Mega Bonk stream went really well. We actually unlocked new characters, new weapons, and made great progress with the challenges. So I'm excited to jump into Mega Bonk again for a nice late stream tomorrow. Monday, there will be a podcast. And for those who saw the awesome first stream of it last week, Tainted Grail will return as a daytime stream on Monday. I'm very excited for this because it plays like a combination of, say, Elder Scrolls Skyrim with Dark Souls or Elden Ring. It kind of feels like a mashup of the two, and I'm excited to try it again and see how far we get. We're actually about to hit into the regular part of the game instead of the intro, because the intro was like over 2 hours long. So we're going to get to the real map, we're going to get to the real gameplay elements and see if the game is good. I want to play more Tainted Grail because, to be honest with you, I really like the intro. If the main game is as good as the intro, this might actually be one of my selections for one of my favorite games of the year. And I need to know that before I do my Game of the Year countdown, which normally I'd be start working on very soon. So I need to play more Tainted Grail this week to see if it's good or not and go from there. Okay? And then Monday night, we're going to bring back Power Wash Simulator 2 Chill, some alcoholic beverages while we clean some stuff and hang out together. Now, possibilities for more streams this week. Arc Raiders will absolutely happen. Likely it'll happen on Tuesday. There's a possibility that we may bring back Call of Duty if you guys want it. I mean, it's your call at this point. If you liked Call of Duty Black Ops 7 on Christmas Eve, you liked that I kicked ass on the new mouse and keyboard and the setup was allowing me to perform better, I'd be okay with playing some more Call of Duty for variety. I'm not saying I want to do 2-3 streams of it, but I would do a stream of it, maybe 2, if you guys want. So I want that feedback during the week. Please let me know if you're interested in seeing me return to Black Ops 7 this week or not. This would definitely be the week to do it because it's 7 straight days, 14 streams. We could definitely fit 1 or 2 in, okay? And then lastly, and this is one that we have to figure out relatively fast. Guess what? DSP Tries It is coming up. You might be like, what? Yeah, think about it. DSP tries it. I usually do it Monday or Tuesday. I actually wanted to do it Monday of this week. And we need ideas for what you guys want to see me try for DSP Tries It this week. The last 2 DSP Tries It were sandwiches. First it was Quiznos, then it was Jimmy John's. So let's not do a sandwich like that, all right? I'm not saying not like a chicken sandwich or a burger. I'm saying let's not do like a submarine sandwich. We've just done 2 in a row. So what do you guys think? Do we have any ideas of things that are currently going on? Are there any specials, any tie-ins, any promotional products, any things that you guys would want to see for DSP Tries It? We need to figure this out within 2 days, okay? So what do you guys think? Do we know of anything? That's the question. So let's see. I'm going to do some shout outs, and in the meantime, let's listen to ideas of what we could do for DSP Tries It, okay? Okay. All right, so let's go. We have Wayne with another $2 super chat. Thank you to Wayne. We have Guitar Player who did a $5 super chat. What's up, Guitar Player? He says, it's currently 81 degrees where I live. Well, that's awful. I'm sorry to hear that. I wonder where it is that you live. Florida? I mean, even Florida, why would they be 81 degrees this time of year? I was under the impression that they're like rain. Do you live in the Caribbean? Maybe. Is that what it is? You live in, do you live in South America? That's wild to me. That's 81 degrees where you are, man. Well, hopefully you had a great Christmas, regardless of the heat. And then we have someone whose name itself is shouldn't be someone's name, but they allow it on Kick. But they did become a subscriber of the channel, so I'm just going to add it. But I'm not going to put it on the leaderboard, because I'm not going to use that name. And then Wayne did another $2 super chat. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Chambers is asking, what are we doing for the next marathon? Are we tied to anything special? No, the next marathon will be in late January, because obviously we just did one for Christmas, right? And we could do whatever we want, okay? We have to think of a theme. Obviously, we've had many different themes over the course of the last year. One of the themes was the Mega Man marathons that we did, and we did say that we want to go back to a Mega Man marathon to try to finish up Mega Man 8 and then do 9 and 10. We could do that whenever we want in 2026. So that's on the table, but it's not locked in that we have to do that. The next marathon that technically is tied to a special event, honestly, would be my birthday, okay? Which is, what do you call it? An annual event that I do, obviously, for my birthday. Usually we have ideas of games to play and things, food and stuff like that. Sometimes we've had cake during that event. So we talk more about that when we get close to that. That's the first week of April. So that is locked in at the first week of April is my birthday marathon. But we're probably going to do 2 more, like maybe one in late January and one in late February or early March. And then we'll do the one in early April. Okay. What do we want to do? I'm open to suggestions. We have a month to figure this out, what you guys want to do for the next marathon. Like I said, my idea would be the Mega Man Marathon returning, but we don't have to do that. We could do something completely different, depending on what you guys think. Let's see what people can come up with. I'm down for themed events, whatever you think. Let's see. Okay? Cool. So, let's see here. I got a $3 tip. Someone says, you did so many Pokemon ZA streams, you never took the perfect opportunity to smoke some of the ZA beforehand. Wasted potential for Pokemon and chill. Well, I don't smoke. I never going to smoke. And there is history behind it. When I was growing up, my mother was a chain smoker. No exaggeration, she would smoke a minimum of a pack a day of Cool Miles. And she smoked so much, okay, that everything in the house smelled like cigarettes. I had secondhand smoke in my lungs my entire child life when I was growing up. All right, I can tell you right now, I'm not lying. My lungs are weaker than they should be because I had secondhand smoke in my lungs as I was growing up. Like right now, if I go outside, it's a very cold winter's day and cold air is blowing. I literally lose my breath. I can't catch it. I just can't catch my breath in cold weather. It's probably my lungs are weak, you know? It sucks, but it's just a fact of life. When I was in high school, I was going to school, and one day, one of my friends says to me, right in our friend group, says, I don't know why you hide from us that you smoke. We don't care that you smoke. Like, we don't smoke, but we wouldn't hold it against you if you're a smoker. It's fine. And I said, what on earth are you talking about? And he said, listen, we've known for years. You don't have to hide the fact that you're a smoker. And I said, I'm not a smoker. Like, what do you mean? They said, do you realize that every day when you come to school, you smell like an ashtray? Like, every day. You just smell like cigarettes. I was like, no, I do. Because my whole house smelled like it because my mother smoked so much. So even the clothes in the closet smelled like Cool Miles. Every day when I went to school, I smelled like cigarettes. And everyone knew it, but no one said anything because I think they kind of, like, the teachers must have known it was my mom, and my friends thought that I was a smoker that hid it. So growing up like that, as soon as I got out of that environment of smoking, I said, that is something I never want to do. Cigarette, cigar, weed, nothing. Now, my friends who were into that environment basically were actually into some things like weed and stuff. I never got into it. So I have nothing against it. More power to you. If you want to smoke weed, you can go for it. But I'm not for me. All right? I abstain from any kind of smoking whatsoever. That's why I haven't done it. So there you go. And then Wayne did 2 more $2 super chats. Thank you to Wayne. Okay. Very good. Okay. All right. Did anyone make any suggestions for DSP Tries It? If so, I missed them. I was telling my little story there. But we really need to think about it. We need to think about what to do because we only have 2 days to figure out what DSP Tries It's going to be for Monday, or else I guess we're skipping this week. Okay? Pecking duck? You want me to order a pecking duck for DSP Tries It? Are you crazy? I mean, do you really think that's going to be good delivery? I'm not so convinced about that. Pecking duck. Oh, the guy says, actually, I am crazy. All right, well, that makes sense then. That makes more sense. I'm not just saying to pull something out of a hat. I'm saying if you guys are aware of a reason to go somewhere. Like, for example, if this restaurant has a tie-in or something new, special, limited edition item to try, which is what the spirit of DSP Tries It used to be, I'd be down for that. Otherwise, things that maybe I haven't done in a very long time. Mozzie is saying Panera Bread. The last time I tried Panera Bread, it was atrociously bad. Ciabatta dippers are back. Go for our most loved French dipper or try the new chicken and pesto dipper. Chicken and pesto dipper? What the? I'm just trying to see if I can find their menu here. Okay. So where are these? What's new? They have a French ciabatta dipper, a chicken pesto ciabatta dipper. It's a chicken sandwich with pesto and cheese, and you dip it in marinara sauce. That's freaking weird. I'm not going to lie. That's bizarre. Wow. They have a Harvest Medley chicken sandwich. Chicken salad. Although I certainly don't have a good history with getting salads at these places. Sandwiches? I wonder if they look the same ones. No, these are different. Oh, wow. A lot of these sandwiches are very different from what I remember. Some of them are the same, but some of these are completely different and new. Okay, that's interesting. All right, I would say Panera Bread is a consideration. Okay. We haven't had it in years. If I remember the last time that I got it, it was very disappointing, if I remember correctly. Like, we tried it, it just wasn't very good. But that was years ago. So, All right, I would say Panera Bread is a consideration. That's not a lock, but there's definitely something to consider for this next DSP Tries It. I would like other suggestions as well. If you guys have ideas of things that I should do for DSP Tries It on Monday, please let me know. Gar says it's actually even worse now. There you go. Wayne, thanks for another $2. You think Wayne has figured out that I'm not going to read any of his messages? I'm just going to accept his contributions? I wonder. Some people aren't that smart, I guess. Okay. Indian food? We haven't done Indian food in a while, but we did do Indian food this year, didn't we? I feel like we did. Okay. All right, so I would say Panera Bread is a strong consideration, and then let's talk about other things too. We have the rest of today and the rest of tomorrow to figure it out before we try to figure it out what we're going to do on Monday. If we do anything on Monday. If we don't come up with any good ideas, we don't have to do it this week. Like originally the plan was I wasn't going to do it last week. And then all of a sudden my wife decided during the Christmas marathon, let's get Jimmy John's. And I was like, oh, I don't think I've done Jimmy John's in a million years. Why not? So we ended up doing Jimmy John's and it ended up being kind of interesting. So maybe we'll do something, again, we could do it this week. We could skip it this week. Let's see. Okay. All right, well, folks, I think I've talked about pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about today. All right, so reminder, today's streams are Pokemon Legends ZA, DLC continuing on this first stream, and tonight routine. I hope that you'll join me for the gameplay and hang out with me and have a good time all day long. And I'm excited for the fun I hope that you guys will be here for. All right, now, if you want to have a Pokemon in my party today for a $20 contribution, you can name a Pokemon and have them stay in the party, or you can just choose to have a Pokemon stay in the party. Okay, let's go. All right, let's see. Let's get some Pokemon going. But outside of that, thank you for the early support, particularly this Nonce here, who keeps doing super chats. He thinks he can charge them back. He can't. And he thinks that I'm not going to keep the money. I am. So thanks for another $2. Okay. Yes, Nonce. Nonce. Okay. All right. So, let's now open up to Q&A for the rest of the show. If you tag me in either chat, I'll actually type it to the Kick chat. We'll do a little bit of Q&A for the next 20 minutes or so. And we'll get some chill vibes going here for the week, okay? Cool. Do we do Elf on a Shelf for Jasper Kid? Elf on a Shelf came way after any time when I was like a kid doing stuff for Christmas. I don't even know Elf on a Shelf. I've never heard the story. So no, I don't know Elf on a Shelf. I'm aware of it, but I don't know what it is or how it works. Do my wife and I plan on staying up for New Year's, or do we get sleep because it's not a big deal anymore? No, we don't. We don't really do anything like that. Honestly, I'm trying to think. So New Year's Eve would be this coming Wednesday night. Yeah, we might be up at midnight, but we're not going to be sitting there watching the ball drop or anything like that. It's not like a huge deal for us or anything like that. Not a big deal. Definitely Christmas is big around here. New Year's really is not. Wayne with another $2 that he moronically thinks he's going to charge back when he's not going to be able to charge it back. I love it. Here's the point I'm making. On YouTube, okay, basically everything gets kept by the streamer. It doesn't matter if you get into a dispute or whatever about it, the streamer still keeps it. So go for it. Keep saying what you're saying and nonsensically sending me money that I'm going to keep. What am I going to say about that? You're pretty dumb. Mr. Omega Man also, thank you for $2. And no, you did not lose your job. You're lying because you've already said that previously. You're trying to use the same thing you said like 3 weeks ago. No one believes you, but thanks for $2. Okay. Okay, so what do you guys want to talk about? Tag me in the chat, and let's see what's on your mind today, this morning. Jade, we just talked about that, and I don't know if Call of Duty is back or not. It depends on what people want. Okay? All right, that'll be Wayne's last super chat, because now he's saying dumb stuff that's getting him banned, but I enjoy all the money he just gave me. What a moron. Would I try Thai food with different boba drinks? Well, I'm pretty sure we did Thai food this year recently. So I don't think that we're going to be doing Thai food right now. I don't want to do the same thing multiple times so close. Shut up, Phil. What's weird is the Jimmy John's DSP Tries It has almost hit 1,000 views in around 3 days. But the one from the week before, Quiznos, didn't do well at all. It's only at 800 views, and that's over a week old. So it's a little weird that happened, but
take your
I don't know.
stolen credit card.
Let's see here. Yeah, we just did Thai food. Are you kidding me? We did Thai food a month ago. How are you not aware we just did Thai food a month ago? Here it is. Yeah, DSP ties it. So, no, we're not doing Thai food because we literally just did that. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. DJ Fahrenheit did a £5 super chat. Is that the biggest super chat of the day? That might be. Hold on. It is. Let's see what the conversion of pounds is right now. $6.76. It went up. Wow, the pound actually gained strength. So 676. Thank you. DJ Fahrenheit there. All right. And he says, why can't I find the Level 1 podcast on Spotify or other podcasting services that would complete my commute? Because number one, I want to put the podcast somewhere where I can monetize it and actually gain something from it. I wouldn't if I put it on those services. And number two, because you can subscribe to it. If you are a YouTube Premium subscriber, you get either the podcast subscription service through YouTube Premium itself, or you also get the YouTube Music app, which does exactly the same thing. You can subscribe to any podcast on the YouTube Music app, and it will auto-download to your phone or mobile device every single day, and you can listen to it as if you were listening to it on Spotify or another podcast service. So get YouTube Premium, and then you can have that service as if you had Spotify or something else. But that's where I'm making it, because I make money on that. If you're on YouTube Premium and you listen to my show, I make money on it. If you're just on YouTube and you watch the show and there's ads, I make money on it. If I were to upload this to another place, I wouldn't make any money on it. And it's a business, so that's why. There you go. Okay, Robust Eggo Waffle Breakfast has just gifted a sub. Excellent. I guess you think that's a slight. No, the Eggo waffles were delicious. They were deformed. For some reason, they don't hold their shape in the microwave, but they were delicious. Brown sugar and cinnamon, and there was a great Christmas morning breakfast. So, thank you for the sub. Where is the slow-cooked spiral ham dinner gifting me a sub? Because, you know, that was really good. Gourmet level stuff, but you won't name your account after that. Only after the Eggo Waffles breakfast, right? Of course. Oh, I can actually, that's something that I've been meaning to give a conclusion to for a while. I completely forgot. So if you guys remember, about a month ago, right after my interview with Asmongold, I was contacted by Stake.com about a sponsorship. That sponsorship would entail that basically I would do like gambling streams where I play games on Stake.com, and I make a commission doing so. Okay? And we were in talks, and they gave me all the details about it and everything. But sadly, come to find out, guess what we found out? Stake.com is outlawed in the state of Washington, where I live in the United States. I guess Washington blacklisted the site and said no one in the state of Washington is allowed to gamble on that site for some reason. Because when you register for it, you need to actually give your real residence, like your real address and everything, in order to use it properly for tax purposes and everything. And when you put in any Washington address, it says banned. So sadly, even if I wanted to explore an opportunity like that, which, by the way, I wasn't 100% locked into at all, I was just considering it, I still to this day don't know anything about it, like how it would work, how I would actually make the commission, what the commission would be. Like, I don't know any of that yet. We didn't get to that part because basically they were going to make me an offer, and I was like, well, before you give me the actual financial offer, are you even sure I can do it? Because every state in the United States is different and is, basically different laws are in effect. Some states in this country, you can do the online gambling thing, and others you can't. It just so happens the one I live in, you can't. So, it is what it is. Okay? So, that's off. I can't do anything like that. It is what it is. Yeah. So, I did have the opportunity. I was going to get an offer. And it's simply because where I live is the reason that I can't even explore it. So it is what it is. Perhaps it's all for the best. Not that I have any problem with people who are gambling responsibly or anything like that. But perhaps it's all for the best, that I'm just a gaming creator and I don't explore those kind of things. I don't know. For me, I just wanted to explore any opportunity. It's not that I was like, I was going to do it. I just wanted to see what was available to me out there. You know what I mean? Okay. Yeah, see, I don't know. Again, you have to understand that entire thing is something completely new to me that I've never heard of. I never really knew it existed. And then all of a sudden, people started bringing it up and mentioning it. It's like, well, if you become more popular, you'll get those kind of offers and stuff. And then next thing you know, I got the offer. And I was like, oh, okay. But, I guess, again, you know what? It's probably for the best then. If this is the case and it's illegal here or whatever, it's probably for the best. You know what I mean? It probably is. Probably it would have ended up not working out anyway. No, I'm not moving. Are you going to move now? No, I'm not moving. No. No, I already do what I love for a living, and I'm very successful at it. I'm happy with that, and that's how I'm going to continue on. Okay. What else you guys want to talk about? We still got some time. Tag me in the chat. Let's see what you want to discuss. For the record, there are a lot of trolls today because I'm coming back from a break, and these trolls had nothing to do for several days because I wasn't making content. They literally had nothing to do at all. It's not like they have families or friends to spend time with or do anything. I'm not kidding. There are people just sitting around on Christmas hoping that I would upload. And then when I did that 5-minute video, they were rejoicing because they made videos about it. I'm not kidding. So they're out in droves today in the chats because they're very excited that I'm back to make content. Now we have something to do. No, I did not see any video of a guy stealing a cop car from a lady cop like GTA. What kind of a question is that, Demolition Daddy? No. Someone had asked me, am I watching Stranger Things? Yes, I have seen it, and I'm catching up. It ends this week. I think the final episode of Stranger Things ever is on New Year's. The problem is, here's the problem with Stranger Things. It took so long for this series to progress and finally, come out and conclude that the plot lines are tied up with each other. For example, there's several returning characters this season. I don't know who they are. They're like, oh, here's this previous person who also was one of the experiments, 11, And remember her from a previous season and 11 helped her and teamed up with her? No. And I've seen all of Stranger Things. I have no idea what that was or what they're talking about. And I've seen it all. Like, dude, this is the problem when you have a show that started like a decade ago, and then it was like 1 season, then 2 years, then another season, then 2 years, then another season, then 3 years for the next season. It gets so dragged out, you don't remember shit. And also, let's be honest, absolutely none of their ages make sense at all. During the time frame that the stuff's supposed to be taking place in the show, how did they go from little kids to like kids in their mid-20s? You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. So, I to be honest, I think that if they really were going to be doing this show at this length, they should have written it differently. That it's like years later, and they return to maybe take on the upside down / Vecna or whatever. It shouldn't have been, oh, they're still kids and they're still fighting him. No, they're not. It's obvious they're all like mid-20s now, if not older. It's the kids that were supposed to be like high schoolers, like 18-year-olds, now are like, they look like they're about to hit 40. It's like, what the hell is this? No, see, here's the other thing, too. Chambers says, do you think they messed up the 80s in that show? Are you not happy with it? The first season was amazing. The first season was absolutely written like it was really in the 1980s. But again, because of the way they wrote the show, it changed things to the point where now it doesn't even feel like the show is in the 1980s anymore. At one point, it did. And now it's just like, just like there's a plot line going on where one of the characters, Max, got sucked into the other dimension or whatever by the villain. And like, she's like, her body and her spirit are separated. And this song, they keep playing this song, which is her favorite song to try to bring her back. Like, that worked last season. They keep doing it in this season. It's like, dude, we heard this song 7,000 fucking times. I don't want to hear it anymore. You ruined the idea. Like, it had meaning last season. Now it's like, dude, you took the dead horse, you punched the dead horse in the face, you kept striking it, you took a big club, you just pulverized the dead horse into jello. We get it. The song, it's stupid now. Like, because you took too long for the plot line to resolve, you ruined the idea of it. So basically, the pacing got ruined. That's what the point I'm making here is that essentially season 1 was absolutely outstanding. Like, really great writing, groundbreaking things, 1980s vibes. But because of the way the show progressed and took so long to pan out, now the pacing is so thrown off that the show is let's just get it over with now. Like, seriously, I'm watching. I'm like, I'll just end it. Just let's see how it ends. Let's get it over with. Because this is just... And by the way, they absolutely are rushing the plot at the end because they realize they don't have episodes left. So now they're trying to cram all this explanation in last minute of what everything's been all along. It's like, dude, you had 5 seasons and you waited to the last, 3 episodes to explain the plot of Stranger Things. Did you think that's a little bit too last minute? That maybe we could have had some of this explanation 3 seasons ago, and then it would have meant more because you would have more time to digest it. So yeah, I do think it's incredibly silly at this point, but I'm just happy to see it end. And hopefully it is a good ending, but who knows? It's weird because Stranger Things only has 5 seasons, but it feels like there's 10 because it took so long. It feels like there's 10 seasons, and it feels like a lot of the stuff in the middle was meaningless. And in truth, it was. Remember the whole season with the Mind Flayer? What happened to that? Did we forget about it? Because now it's all about Vecna for 2 seasons. What happened to the fucking Mind Flayer? Remember that thing that we never beat? Are we writing that off? Or are they going to do some bullshit where the series ends, but then they're like, oh, and it continues over here in another series? Just like do Walking Dead, right? Walking Dead is over. Oh, wait, here's 4 spinoffs. So watch there be 4 fucking Stranger Things spinoffs to further explain other things. And you're like, dude, I'm done with this already. Did I hear about the drama with FaZe Clan? All I'm seeing on social media is that everyone quit FaZe Clan. But I don't even really know what FaZe Clan was. Was it FPS players or something? I don't know. I don't follow esports. So I don't really know much about it. Can't really speak on it because I don't really understand it. to my knowledge, FaZe was always an esports like FPS group, right? And now everyone's quitting, but I don't know why. Oh, today I 100% set all lo-fi music on the Roland Bridgecast playlist because I had upbeat music for Christmas. I said today I just wanted to come back after Christmas and just be way more low-key and relaxed because it was so upbeat during Christmas. Like, let's calm down today. I still have all the illuminated signs, Jim Jam. I'm just not currently using them. I actually don't know what to do for January yet because I have to set it up within a few days. Obviously, I'm keeping the frame. I'll do some New Year's animations and stuff like that, but I don't know what to do. There's many things I can put into the background for January. I'll still have like a winter's theme for January. Like I'll probably keep the white and everything and the blue, but I don't know what to put here. Obviously, no Christmas themed stuff anymore. I just got to figure out what to put there now. Thoughts on Fallout Season 2 so far? I like it. It's a slow build, so they haven't really rushed into anything we're waiting for. Like, we really want them to arrive in the New Vegas Strip and to see what happened with all those factions, right? We already know that the Kings are going to be ghouls. We want to know why. What happened with the family that sold the energy weapons? What happened with the hotel? What happened with all the groups and factions we knew from the game? That's what we're interested in. And we're getting none of that yet. They're not giving us any of that yet, because they want to do all this build-up. They're slowly introducing things like Caesar's Legion and things like that. We're seeing backstory of Mr. House, but his brother and stuff like that. So we're getting there, right? The Brotherhood was the big focus of episode 2, and that was cool because this Brotherhood is completely different from the Brotherhood that we know. We know a Brotherhood that's very protective of past technology, that is very staunch in their adherence to rules. This new Brotherhood is a rebellious Brotherhood that's trying to go against the grain. They're trying to rebel against the Commonwealth Brotherhood. So it's kind of interesting to see that there's going to be two different Brotherhoods at odds now in this series moving forward. So honestly, I'm liking the first 2 episodes a lot of Fallout Season 2, and I'm looking forward to more. Yes, I did speak back and forth with Asmongold a little bit over the holidays. Just chit-chat, and saying that basically if we ever caught each other on stream, we'd like to get caught up. Like a quick conversation, not a big interview this time, but like a quick conversation. But in reality, like that was the last thing on my mind. I didn't even think about that. Like maybe within the next week, I'll see if he's ever streaming when I am and reach out and see if I can catch him on a stream and maybe we do like a little conversation. But it completely slipped my mind this morning to even check. Oh, is he streaming now? See, I didn't even pay attention this morning. I knew that I had a lot to talk about this morning. I wanted to get caught up with Christmas stuff and everything, so it was the last thing on my mind, quite frankly. All right, any last minute stuff, guys, before we adjourn the show? No one is going to do a sub as the robust spiral ham dinner. We already have the Eggo waffle breakfast. Why not the spiral ham dinner? I mean, you can't focus on the thing that actually was the gourmet, right? You got to focus on the fact that there was Eggo waffles for breakfast, because that's what you do. You hyperfixate on the stupid. Can we do a retro night? Ask Cracker Jackson. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by a retro night? Necro's evil twin, I have no idea what you're talking about at all. No, I don't care. I don't know anything about that shit. And you know that too. Jade, what do you mean Ryu in the background? Oh, you mean Lego Ryu from a few months ago? You could maybe do that. I think about how I could pull that off. We just did that in, what was it, November though? Didn't we do Ryu and Mega Man throwing fireballs at each other in November? So maybe it's too soon for that. Maybe bring that back in a few months. Gotta think about what I have too. Like, what haven't I used in a while? I don't want to use the same stuff every month. So I think, what haven't I used in a while that I could use? That is something we're gonna do in January. I think we're gonna bring back Lego Build Nights, We're going to bring back the nights where we just chill and I build Legos, and we got the big Mario Yoshi Lego to build. It's probably going to take 3 or more streams because it's like 1,200 parts, so it's probably going to take a while. But then when we build it, that'll be really cool for the background for a month coming up. I don't know what the game Constance is. I've never heard of it. What is Constance? What's the next new game I'm going to play? Well, looking at the game release schedule that we filled out during the Christmas marathon here. It looks like Code Violet is coming out January 9th. And then there's also Pathologic 3 on January 9th. And then there's Quarantine Zone, The Last Check on January 12th. And those are really the big releases for January. Like, that's it. So we'll be continuing on with everything I'm doing right now and then adding in probably one or more of those games. Okay. Is that it? Seems like people are out of questions. I'm just waiting and I'm really not getting anything. So, in summary, this week is going to be a great week full of advancing with all the games that we're playing. Games are returning that haven't been in the rotation for weeks, which is great. I'm excited to chill with all of you. We need a new DSP Tries It for Monday. Right now, Panera Bread sounds like the #1 pick, but I'm open to more suggestions. If you guys are aware of any new things coming up at new places, you know, new offerings, new things to do, limited time stuff, I'm down for that. And in general, I'm just ready. I'm ready to end the year at a high note, to hit the ground running. We got, you know, New Year's vibes coming up later this week, which I'm excited for, that I hope you will join me for, okay? Alrighty, folks. That's it for the show. Remember, no podcast tomorrow. I will be back on Monday for another podcast to get us all caught up. I'll do a big, you know, roundup of how everything's going with all the games that we're playing and the like, and we'll go from there. And of course, maybe we'll figure out DSP Tries It as well. Okay? Alrighty, guys. Well, thank you very much for a great show. I hope that you enjoyed. Happy holidays to you all. I hope that now that the Christmas, rush is over, that you're not all bluesed out. I hope that you're still excited for chill fun here on the channel because there's a lot coming. Thank you so much. See you soon. Peace out.